What's up, everyone? How's it going? Rob here, MotoLabDirtBikes.com. We're going to do an unboxing here of the new cone valve 7500 inserts. We're going to talk a little bit about what comes in the box, show you, and talk a little bit about fitment, what does it fit, and then also some pricing too. Everyone's always curious on the pricing, so I'll give you some pricing ideas on here as well. If you want to come over, take a look here, show what's inside the box. So you could go, and it doesn't really have much in the way of installation instructions, but it's pretty basic here. So you get some fork stickers, got a little adjustment tool. It's just basically a little flathead screwdriver that slides in between the bar and the top of the fork there. So these are the rings that go in the end of the spring to get your overall length set. I think they call for 488 millimeters overall length with the spring. So you use a different thickness and clip it into the end of the spring to get your correct overall length. Comes with a little wrench to adjust your external preload, and that's about it. And then the cartridges. So slice this one open, pull it out. So you have your spring guide there, and this is just the system, the bottoming out cup, and the hex that goes in the foot or the axle lug. So here's what the top of it looks, very much exactly like the 6500, Exact Pro 6500. So these ones, I'll show you actually in a little piece. So what differentiates these cone valve inserts from a 6500 is going to be the mid valve, and I'll show you right here. So this is an AER mid valve cone, and I'll actually grab this other mid valve cone here for you too to show you. And then what this is, I guess, knowing a little history is really kind of important. First, being that this inception was born out of the necessity for pros or people who were going extremely fast, and they were bending conventional shim stacks. So they were pressing the suspension so extremely hard that they were distorting the traditional shims inside there. So that's where this idea was born out of. So it definitely has its pros and cons. Just because you spend more money doesn't mean you're going to get more for your application. For example, if you're maybe a slower trail rider who just wants it, cushy and comfortable and soaking up the technical mountain stuff, I know for a fact this is not for you. And I would never steer people wrong in that way. I know some people out there who are just take the used car salesman approach, and they're just trying to shotgun you parts and sell you anything. And that's not the way we do business. So what this is for someone with B plus to A high speed skills. This is something that I think that people with greater speed and skill can benefit from. It's not as forgiving for the slow riders, even I've found with the lightest tune on there. So anyway, you can change the spring rate, you can change the angle of the cone, and of course it has a conventional base valve up top. So enough of the technical stuff here. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about fitment, and what this is going to fit is a 17 plus air fork, and also the 24 plus bikes with a new twin chamber. If you have a 17 to 20, you're going to need to get different lugs. So these are the lugs out of the 17 to 20s. So you can see the difference here with the different inserts, but it's also the depth. And I'll show you here in a second. I'll grab these other lugs and show you the difference here. So for example, once you take that one out, of course, it's got this little insert in here, but you can see the depth of the lug there too. So you need to go with a new style lug, and this is a 21 plus lug. So a new set of lugs probably gonna run you about 280, $300, something in that neighborhood. So it's not terrible, but that is available. You can swap yourself out. So pretty easy stuff there. And then what you need to do is obviously just go ahead and remove those from the chrome tubes themselves, and then fit your new feet. So what's nice is this has a 395 overall length, and comes set up with the valving or the tune on it to complement the new 350 EXCF. So that's a 24. So it's a middle of the road tune. And the problem with suspension is it's subjective, right? The feel is subjective. You might think you have the best setup ever, and someone could swing a leg over it, and they said that it would be unrideable. We've all done that before. But so it's very subjective. So these might not hit the mark straight out of the box and may require a second revision on tune, which is perfectly fine. It's not the end of the world. It might be inconvenient for some people too. So, like I said, it's something to keep in take in consideration rather. So let's talk about cost. Let's wrap this up. Cost overall insert you're looking at here at $15.99 on the inserts. If you do need some fork lugs to adapt your 17 to 20, then they're going to run about 280 to 300 to get you set up there. And of course, these don't come with springs, so you need a 485 millimeter overall length spring, and that's going to run you about 135. So if you do need a tune, if you want to try it out of the box, you could definitely do that. With the box stock tune, it's a red cone, which is going to be on the softer side, and I believe it comes with the softest spring for the mid valve there. I think it's a 25 Newton, which I think would suit maybe most people. And then you could tune the outer chamber oil volume to suit. However, if you do need them revalved, then we offer that service as well for $225. We'll go in, change the cone, change the tune on the base valve for you, and should be set to go. But keep posted for a future review of these. I'd really like to test these back to back with the OE fork on the 24 plus models, the twin chamber, which, as if you haven't heard by now, it's a really good fork stock. So, all right, well, that's enough of that long-winded talk. I hope that shed some light on kind of what these are and who they might be for. Give it some thought and some consideration. I'd love to hear from you. Check us out, MotoLabDirtBikes.com, and click the Start Now button for your free quote. Thanks for hanging in there, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.